Welcome to Crafted Commentary. Just a couple friends in San Diego having a few beers, talking about what's rad and what's sad in the world we live in. With a rotating list of fresh beer and good buddies, Crafted Commentary will be anything but stale. Welcome to the first episode of Crafted Commentary. I promise you, Crafted Commentary is not going to be your typical craft beer podcast. We're going to be bringing something that I would like to think is pretty unique to the beer podcasting world. I should also tell you that if you're the kind of person that's what I'll call lovingly a craft beer nerd, this is probably not the podcast for you, but more on that in a second. Now, normally I'm going to have friends join me on these episodes, but I'm kind of new to the podcast scene. Well, not kind of, I'm very new in terms of producing my own. So I want to get some of the kinks out, so I figured this first episode will be about the show itself, give you some background on that, and be a little bit about me. But future episodes are going to be way more interesting because, well, they won't be about me, basically. And before we get too deep into this, if you prefer to watch videos instead of listen to audio, we do have a YouTube channel. You can find it by going to our website, craftedcommentary.com, and just scroll down and you'll see the video episodes below. Or I guess you could search it out on YouTube, but craftedcommentary.com is probably the easiest way to find it. So, as the title hints, we're definitely about craft beer, and there's going to be different themes every week. The themes I would like to think are very unique. It's not just going to be some new release from somebody. You know, sometimes we might be doing, IPAs, but there's going to be a reason for trying IPAs. It might be beers from a different region, beers with, a certain type of name. Trust me, it'll be fun. But also the guests are what really is going to make Crafted Commentary awesome. We'll be talking about what's rad and what's sad in the world around them. Mainly what's rad, because we're going to keep it positive, but you know what happens when you have some friends over and you drink a few beers and, maybe you vent a little. Maybe. Excuse me 1 second, I'll have a sip of beer. Oh, by the way, I love this koozie. It says, "This is my job," for those of you that can see it or are watching this on YouTube. It was given to me by my friend Chad, who runs a job recruitment website called Malachi. You should definitely check that out, especially if you're the type of person interested in jobs in the outdoor and action sports industry. And Chad is someone I would actually love to have on Crafted Commentary down the road. So anyway, besides talking about beer, besides talking about the podcast, I promised you a little bit of information on myself. My name is Bill. I'm in my 40s. I'm from New York originally. I grew up on Long Island, and I've been living in San Diego 12 or so years ago. Before moving here, I was working in Manhattan for about 10 years, and then I decided to seek fame and fortune out in San Diego. Haven't found either, but I'm doing okay. Right now, I own a small public relations firm, and in my free time, this is going to sound very cliche, but I enjoy hanging out with my wife. I go hiking. I go to skate parks a lot. I'm a mediocre surfer. I'm a mediocre beach volleyball player, although I love both. I like mountain biking and doing stuff with my dog, Ollie. Hey, Ollie. He's down there. And snowboarding. I really love snowboarding. And snowboarding in Vermont is actually what got me into craft beer really in the first place. So there were two beers that I would love to get when I was in Vermont. And they were the first two beers that really I was ever drawn to. In college, I really didn't care that much about beer. I definitely drank my fair share, but it was things like Milwaukee's Best or Milwaukee's Best Ice, to give you a clue on when I went to college in upstate New York. So in Vermont, I fell in love with a beer called Long Trail. It was excellent. I'm not sure if they're still around. I hope they are. They made some pretty good beer. But also what I really enjoyed, the beer that I would flock to, was Magic Hat No. 9. And that's an apricot. I believe it's an ale. They are definitely still around. I see it popping up now and again in San Diego. And No. 9 is, it's fruity. It's apricot-y. You definitely taste it. And it's what a lot of people know Magic Hat for. Similar to a lot of people know Ballast Point for Sculpin, Or out here in Vista, there's a Mother Earth. They make a beer called Cali Creamin', which is great. If you've never had a cream ale, try the Mother Earth Cali Creamin' because that's good. That'll spoil you. So when I moved to San Diego, that's when I really got exposed to more craft beer. Of course, we've got so many here. And I used to meet my friend Justin, who will be a regular on the show, I'm sure, and our good buddy Chris. What's up, Chris? We would go to a place called Old City Grill, which later became Ciro's, and I really enjoyed Racer 5 by Bear Republic. To this day, that is still one of my favorite IPAs to go for. If I see it on tap and I'm not too sure what else is around and I want an IPA, I'm going with that one. Kind of off the IPA kick, though, for the most part. I do like a spicy IPA. Sculpin there's a habanero Sculpin, I should say, by Ballast Point. I love that. I like black IPAs, but typically I'm not reaching for IPAs. Lately, I like a lot of coffee stouts. I like porters, saisons, sours, things of that nature. Something with a real unique flavor. Call it what you will. Maybe maybe my beer palate's not that refined if I'm liking things like that, but I like what I like. And if you don't like it, that's cool. I don't like red ales. I'll tell you that right now. Don't expect to be seeing a lot of reds here. I also don't like beers that are on nitro. So I know I'm rare with that. A lot of people seem to love nitro, but they're just not for me. So that's enough about me and beer, and let me tell you again about how each episode's going to roll. I'm going to have a guest on each time, sometimes two, sometimes more. Usually they'll take place in my house, but as I figure out more how the podcast world works, I would like to shoot them at breweries and tasting rooms just to sample some stuff. But we'll see. I have no idea how the audio is going to go. We're kind of trying to keep it low budget, so buying more and more equipment really isn't something I want to do. Like I said, there's going to be a theme. And we'll talk about what's rad and what's sad. Probably post these every 2 weeks or so. We'll see. That's what I would like to do. And I think I kind of nailed it on that. You might see appearances by my dog Ollie or other animals that live in our house. And that's cool if you like dogs. Ollie actually has his own Instagram, Ollie & Co. If you want to check him out. And that's about it. I guess I should end the episode like all good podcasters and say, please spread the word about us. Like us on Facebook. Give us a review on iTunes or however else you found us. And also, I would definitely like to hear if there's a beer you want me to try, let me know. Or a brewery. Or a certain theme you have in mind. That would be cool too. Maybe your theme is beers for barbecues. Or great beers to take with you when you go fishing. Something like that. I don't really fish, but that's cool. You might. And I'm down to explore your fishing beers. All right, that's it from Crafted Commentary. Cheers. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out Crafted Commentary. It means a ton to me. If you want to suggest a beer, just drop me a line. craft@craftedcommentary.com. And if you really enjoyed it, share it with your friends and give us a rating. There's more info on the website, including other podcasts about business, life hacking, and pop culture. All those can be found through the website too, at craftedcommentary.com.